This is Nancy Pelosi's biggest issue with Trump.
No, I think they share some responsibility for that. Yeah. Well, not only that, earlier than that, the Republican Party, with cloven feet, head, horns, really, actually, they started under Clinton, Hillary, and Bill Clinton. They were the politics of personal destruction. And then they transferred it to me. You know why? Because I was effective. I was getting bills passed.
And I agree with her for multiple reasons. Reason number one, he does absolutely nothing to discourage violent supporters of his. Absolutely nothing. I mean, actually, you could argue the opposite.
2024 is our final battle. With you at my side, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists, Marxists, fascists. We will throw off the sick political class that hates our country.
So yeah, reason number two, Republicans don't do anything to curb the violence in their party. If anything, they encourage it.
I feel if I had it my way, we would have impeached him a long time ago. Actually, if I had it my way, we would have been successful in our objection on January 6th, and he wouldn't even be president. I'm getting better, though. We'll get there.
And reason number three, you have news networks like OAN, Newsmax, and Fox News that pitch baseless lies and actually causing real-time harm.
One of the migrant guys right here on the corner, 42nd and 7th, while all this is
Can you pan the camera?
He is out of control. Out of control.
There. All right. Now, Eric Adams often complains he's getting no support from the federal government to help him with the surge of Joe Biden's unvetted illegals in New York.
Reason number four, I mean, they have just pushed the culture wars to a point where Republicans, it's challenging to talk to them when you can't have a conversation based in reality. I mean, debates, are supposed to be about the future. We are supposed to, a conversation. None of us are agreeing on things, and we're supposed to debate, what policies would look like for the future of this country, the future. Instead, everything in the past, that's all just debatable. Stuff that's been, clear as day. January 6th, debatable. COVID, debatable. Vaccines, debatable. Right? MMR, debatable. Everything is up for debate. And it's impossible to have a conversation, especially with someone that thinks the election is stolen, World Economic Forum, globalists, and, they're going to take everything that's, the default of capitalism, everything that's a normal result of capitalism, and just blame it on Joe Biden and blame it on, the liberals and the left, right? I mean, most of what's happening right now is a result of capitalism. And conservatives, just as always, instead of blaming corporations, they will blame the government for, the actions of BlackRock and Zillow.
Donald Trump becomes president. What would you like to see him do to Democrats?
Escort him to the gallows.
Really? You want him to kill his political opponents?
I didn't. You asked me what I wanted to see.
Right, but you want to see Trump kill his political?
Justice done.
Okay. What would they be sent to the gallows for?
Treason.
So the Maga Republicans have not done anything to curb this, sort of stochastic terrorism. I mean, because they're benefiting from it. They're benefiting from them being able to do whatever they want as long as they have the support of their base. They can do whatever they want, with impunity. And as a result, as long as Trump is favors them and doesn't, turn on them, they're fine. They're fine. They're going to get reelected. They're going to keep their seat. And I think a lot of the time they don't really understand stochastic terrorism, and how these, like words and actions of leadership have real-time effects. Let me see. I can share my own personal story. Great personal story time. Anytime it looks like Trump is going to win, I get a ton of death threats. Tons. Like a lot. Okay? But when Trump was president, people were messaging me with death threats constantly. And, they would make TikToks where they'd be like, I'm going to catch this dude in the city. That's not like a anonymous account. Like, that's a straight up thing that people would say. And it's a bold thing to say, because they felt very emboldened, because they felt as if they were acting on behalf of the President of the United States of America. Right? You're acting on behalf of the president. So people felt very entitled to say and do things under Trump. And because they thought, well, I'm working for him right now. I appointed myself, a Trump surrogate here. And that changed personally after J6. It was amazing. I went from getting a ton of really nasty misspelled death threats to, it stopped cold right after J6. Like, boom! Once they realized he's not backing him up. He's not backing him up. And I was like, wow, okay. And, now that it looks like, last few weeks, it's kind of looked a little rocky, like, oh, wow, Trump's on his way back in. That ramped back up. People were about it again. And so it goes back and forth. People think that that he has their back, and they can, just talk with impunity. Very real.